Hey, how's it guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sal, and I want to thank you for all the views, comments, likes. You guys know I appreciate it so much. For today's video, I'm going to be tracking shadows. For this video, I'm not going to talk or explain too much. I think that my videos are going to be almost like a self-explanatory once you understand the context of this video. I will put pointers and text on the screen to help us along. For this video, I want to show you guys that I do track sunrise. Mostly it's by accident. It's when the moon is in my western or northwestern skies. It just so happens to be when the sun is going to rise on the opposite horizon. So I thought instead of actually just going out and filming sunrise, it's easier for me to just set up the camera. Because I have all these markers, I am able to show where the shadows are during different times of the year. Now, I started doing this mostly because of the moon, as I mentioned, but I've noticed along the way that as with sunsets, my special markers show that the position of the sun rising changes every day, just as with sunset. So I can use both markers and show you that it does change every day. So I don't know if you guys have seen in previous videos, but I will include in this video my markers for sunsets. I've got for where the sun sets on the summer solstice, the spring and autumn equinoxes, and the winter solstice. So I decided that for my sunrises, I have two markers, which is the geyser on my roof and the tower. I've shown you guys the tower, and I will include it in here. And we will track the shadows of the tower and the geyser using the shadows. So this is the way I can do it, to show you that in fact the sun rising is changing every day as it's moving towards the left now, because it's gonna be the equinox in 3 weeks time. And I'm so excited for that, because I have photographs from last year's autumn equinox, and we are gonna do a comparison video before the end of the month. I am very excited about that. I think that tracking these shadows are gonna help me go a long way in showing that the position of sunrise also changes every day as we move through the year or the seasons. So I have shown during the last couple of months how the sun moved all the way left, and then after summer solstice is now moving to the right again, and the opposite is happening for sunrise. Oh guys, I'm really awful at trying to explain what I want to convey, but I really hope that you guys can see and understand what I'm trying to show from my perspective here in the southern hemisphere. And using shadows to track the sun, I think, is perfect. I hope you guys really appreciate my efforts. Also, flat earthers say that the sun stays on top of us, right? The sun doesn't set and it doesn't rise. It appears and disappears. But what I want to know is, why do the shadows curve the way it does? Just look at this. It starts off on the top at the right of the church, and it goes towards the left and makes sort of a curve and comes back towards the right. Why does it do that? If the earth wasn't a sphere, what is causing the shadows to do this? I mean, shadows don't have a mind of their own, right? They just do what they do according to how the sun shines on them. So why does it do this if the sun doesn't rise or set? What would cause these phenomena if the earth isn't a sphere in motion? I am so curious to know, because even the shadows are curved. What would cause curved shadows if the earth is flat and stationary? Shouldn't the sun just be in motion on top of us and not disappear at sunset and reappear at sunrise? Why is this happening? Forget about your quantum mechanics explanations or your second law of thermodynamics or entropy or whatever other things you want to bring into the conversation. That is all irrelevant if you don't understand the basics. The sun rising and setting is a fundamental basic of our lives. And as you can see here, the shadows are moving towards the left every single day. How and why is this possible on a flat, stationary, motionless earth? Help us understand. The great thing about the shadow tracking, or using the shadows to track the sun, is that even if you miss a day, a week, or a month, when you go check it out, it's going to be consistent of where it should be after the lapsed time. I love it. It's consistent. And yesterday was the last day of February, leap year day, and I was actually very disappointed that we had no sun the whole day. Oh, flat earthers, where did your sun disappear to? Nah, I'm kidding. It was just very cloudy and windy with no rain, and that's what we had for our leap year day here in South Africa.